And we are live. Now, Chef Jay, I also want to let you know people will be commenting on the side, so there probably will be questions in between questions. I don't know how you see them on your phone,
Okay.
but we'll probably
Well,
just read them off.
if I don't see them, if you can just read them back to me,
Okay.
um, I answer them that way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it do kind of sound like some feedback. Is there any way you can back up just a tad bit from your phone, or you gotta?
Yeah, I have it on this counter. I'm standing away from it. You still get feedback?
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
hear feedback.
bad. I don't know
Bad.
what's making it do that.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
wasn't doing
hear
that
it.
at first.
Okay. Let me step out and go to my car and see if that's better.
Look at God.
Won't he do it? Won't
So
he do
before we get started, while he's still walking to his car, let me tell you how
Mm.
me and this guy reunited. So
it?
for those
Reunited.
for those who may not know, I used to be a mail carrier and I used to deliver out in Trotwood. So long story short, one day, that day me and you went to the Black Culture Festival, Envy, and we went to his food truck. No, was it? No, it was me and Dee Dee. Whatever event that was with me and you. And the first thing he says is, "Hey, you're the mail carrier that punched my dog." I didn't expect nobody to remember that.
Then we had the baby with us. Was it over
Huh?
the island park?
No, not that time. I was with Dee Dee. I take that back because that's when Dee Dee got that fire cheese steak croissant. Let's give it up for that. Yeah, let's give it up for that cheese steak croissant. And but yes, it was all out of protection, but I didn't know if he was still gonna feed me because of the fact that I had punched his dog. But he still made me some of the firest fried green tomatoes
And
I've ever
okra.
had in my life. Platinum Chef J, ladies and gentlemen. We got him on the live, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Now,
Platinum celebrity chef.
platinum celebrity shit. Don't leave that out. And
Okay.
Diddy Pie said that your house is nice.
Oh,
Your
Oh,
restaurant.
thanks.
thank you.
Tell
Thank
her,
you.
thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she says that your food is fire, Chef J.
Oh,
And it's
thank
like,
you again.
how are you up after the event yesterday? You made all that food. How are you already up and moving and grooving?
Right.
So a little secret, I did all that, and then I got up at 5 in the morning and I had to go cater in Cincinnati, and I got done around 1 o'clock, and then I had to come here to this meeting. So sleep is very, very rare to me, and my body kind of adjusts to it now. But I'm gonna fix that problem before it become a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You
All I
gotta have
know is
your
I
rest.
gotta make it to the next. I gotta make it to the next sampling because I
Right.
ain't had none of the food yet.
Oh, that's
Yes.
You ain't had nothing?
Nothing?
how long you been in Dayton?
Had nothing
How
yet,
long
Oh
you
my.
lived here?
huh?
How long have you lived here?
66 years.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's definitely your fault. That was definitely
Wait,
your
what
Oh,
fault.
so you
happened,
ain't
Chef?
had nothing?
Because Tiffany, before she rudely punched my dog, she was smelling the food, so she knew it was
Right.
something.
I knew
You know,
something was going on. Yeah, because you used to have them all in line at the house. And she was
Yes.
like, now what is he selling here?
and
Because you
I, hey,
used to
Tiff,
have it like in your garage or something like that. And they
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
I started that thing here in Dayton. I wanted to do something different, so I was like, oh, I wonder if I can sell food out of my garage. If I can sell food out of my garage and people come get food from my garage, that means I can cook.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's really all it was. It was just seeing how my support system is and see where it would go, and it turned out to be a really good thing.
That's what's up, man. So we're gonna start. So what was the first dish that made everyone go crazy about you? Like, oh yeah, we gotta eat with Cuss.
My first dish that
Yeah,
made
that
everybody
made
go
everybody
crazy.
go crazy. Yeah.
Um, you kind of already said it, except I recreated it. So I came out with these bruschetta Philly cheesesteak slider melts.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm a Philly cheesesteak guy. Like I can make anything to a Philly cheesesteak. I even got a Philly cheesesteak pizza. But
Oh,
You gotta try
and
that.
it's still on a sub. But it was that I made that one time, and I put it out there, and then that was just like it went nuts. It went nuts. I cooked the bruschetta all in at the same time with cooking the meat, and then I seasoned the meat at the end. and then I flavor it at the end, and I cheese it, and then I toast it on both sides, and then I give you a fried pickle with it,
Mm,
and then you
mm,
eat it.
Lord,
Yeah,
Giving people a heart attack of love. Like that
I know
sounds
it.
yeah,
amazing.
Good.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You said, then I season it, then I put it back in and toast it, then I season it
I
again.
tell you that cheesesteak croissant, my very first time, I thought he put crack in it because I
Yeah,
literally was trying to find him for the next 2 weeks. Like, you set up yet? Where you at? Where you
yeah.
parked at? Where you gonna be at? What?
Keep scratching
Like,
his
I
neck.
wanted some more so bad.
Yeah, the
It's
butter
big.
croissant, that was I came up with that idea just because one time I think it was Penn Station. I had Penn Station. I like Penn Station,
Mm,
and I got they sourdough, and I was like, man, sourdough is just so tough. You know, it's
mm,
tough on your teeth. You know, you got to pull and grit your teeth together just to get into that bite. And I said, what can I come up with where you're getting less bread and most of the flavor of the meat?
mm.
And I said a croissant because
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
croissants are
flaky,
good and
it's
flaky. Yeah.
light, and it's crusty. You know, and
Yes.
that's so when I came up with that concept, it was a game changer. So and on the food truck, I wasn't making it to its full potential just because I had to build my food truck to speed. So, but the real way I make that butter croissant is I make a garlic butter blend and I soak the entire croissant into that butter
Mm,
and then I toast it.
mm, mm.
That's
Mm.
the real way that I make it. But I haven't did that on
That
the truck
sounds
yet at
so
all.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sounds
then you
good.
make them go crazy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that sounds so good. Now,
Thank
what's
you.
your favorite dish that you make?
What's
What's
my favorite
your favorite?
dish?
What's the favorite? Because I want your favorite.
So the thing is, I don't have a favorite anymore. I can tell you what my old favorite used to be. I don't have a favorite anymore, and the reason why is because I've been doing it so long, and with TikTok and Instagram, and with the food with social media now, I get a lot of calls for people to have me recreate what they've seen on these social medias, and I've been getting that before it really got out of hand popular. I was getting that like a long, long time ago, or my mama used to make this, or my grandma used to make this, and at our family reunion, sister such and such died, but we want to pay homage to her. So can you make this? Because this is what she used to make, and everybody gonna love it. So that's the reason why my favorite changed because I came across so many items that I started making for people, and I'm like, man, this is good. And so my favorite, kind of went away. But my favorite used to be my I had a pasta that I used to make. It was a chicken and steak pasta. The chicken was smoked, and then the steak was grilled.
Mm,
Mm.
So you had a smoky grilled pasta, and I made like a creamy garlic butter sauce, and it wasn't Alfredo. It was just a cream and butter. That's all it was. It was cream and butter, and all the flavor came from the meat, and it
mm.
was really really good, really really good, really really good. And I use a Gouda cheese. I would shred Gouda instead of Parm, so I was shredding Gouda on top of it, and it was delicious.
So
So
are you
you
making
just
this
make this
anytime
stuff
soon?
up?
Yeah, like is you
Yeah,
making this anytime soon? Do we need
yeah.
to come and try it?
So uh, the first question: do I make this up? Yes. Most of my food comes from heartbreaks and bad breakups, stress, anxiety, pain, losing loved ones, falling in love, and then you got to force yourself to fall out of love. So I don't really adapt to unnecessary BS, if that makes sense. So what I do to keep myself focused, I just go to the store and get in my kitchen and call my friends over,
Mm,
and let them eat. And I would take the dishes that they talk about the most, and then that's what I would put on my catering menu. So I'm exiting out. Oh, this was okay, and I'm only going for man. This was off the chain.
So I got a question. I got a
So
question with that. Do you
uh,
have friends that give you real feedback about your food? Everybody's not, oh yeah, it's good, or do they actually give you creative feedback?
yeah, one of them,
Definitely
one
do.
of them on the show right now, Miss Buffy.
They definitely
She's
do.
been knowing me forever, but my closest friends are yes. Those are the ones that. So let me say it like this. I got friends. I will listen to before I listen to a new eater. Somebody who had my food for the first time. If they say, "Oh, that was trash," I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry you didn't like it," and I just keep it moving. But if my best friend or my closest friend or my mama or my dad, if they tell me that that wasn't it, then I'm in the kitchen just trying to figure it out, and I want to make it right. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what I'm capable of. A first
Right.
time eater. That's the reason why, and I'm just gonna bring her up. That's why I sit back and I'm kind of watching what's going on with Miss Jade. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people have not had her food. And just
Mm,
Right.
because you had one item or you visit one time does not make her food nasty. That just means you didn't have a good experience.
right.
But if you are an ongoing customer and you can and you say I come here a lot and I keep going through the same thing and it's not good, then okay.
Mhm.
But you had it one time. That doesn't mean get on here and kill her work ethic, because when you do that, you're tarnishing her brand and you're tarnishing her business.
Right.
And
Right.
Hating dating,
and that's
hating
what I
dating.
don't feed into a lot of this stuff, because I had my time where this city is trying to tear me down. And I look at it as motivation, and I say this in most confident. I don't think there's anybody that's really capable of putting items together the way I can. And so if you come for me, then I'm coming back for you, but I'm coming back with my takes. I'm not coming back to fight. I'm coming back to make you look stupid.
Right.
No,
Right.
Right.
that's right.
So if you
I
say
know
my
that's
food is
right.
yeah, so if you say my food is bad, then you might get an inbox. Hey, I'm having an event. I would like
Right.
for you and all your critics to come for free. I'm gonna put you in the VIP, everything on me.
Mhm.
And then I'll convince that entire table that you just made a huge mistake. It happened once at an appetizer.
Is that about to
My
say, yeah,
cousin,
you
my
already did
cousin,
that
he
before?
worked with some girls at a factory, and they were already upset because I guess we mixed up their table.
Mhm.
So you know how some people can get like one thing go wrong, everything gonna go wrong for the rest of the night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so they didn't like their experience. They wasn't on Facebook bashing or anything like that, but I kept hearing things. So I found out who they were. I inboxed them. They came to another show, and now they come to all my events.
I know
That's
that's
right. Made him a
right.
believer real quick.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
yeah,
Having said that, have you ever won any award rewards for your cooking? And if so, what's the most memorable or maybe the most important or valuable to you?
yeah. So yeah, actually, I have. The taste of I won the taste of Bellbrook. Bellbrook used to have a contest, and I won that. I won an award at the taste of Chicago once, and I wasn't even there. I actually had to send my food because I had to cater.
Wow.
And the person that took it there for me called me like, "You won, dude! You won, bro!" Yeah, I'm like, "No, I didn't." He's like, "Yeah, dude, they going crazy." And that was my Super Ted cheesecake pie. That's what that one was. And
Mm,
that was a hit. And once I won that, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this a seasonal thing. And then I introduced it to Dayton. So when I put the pie out in Dayton, I've already won an award, and it's already got a really big buzz. So
mm,
every year when I do my Super Potato Cheesecake pies, a lot goes to Chicago and Atlanta every year, because those are the people that pretty much almost had it first about almost 15 years ago. And then
I
just
need
little
to try
small.
that out.
Huh?
I need to I need to try that. I need to try all this stuff out you talking about.
Well, guess what? I keep some in my freezer because they last for a long time.
oh my!
So you
Bring
got
one
one
of
in the
those on
freezer.
up out of
You
here.
said so. We got to come get in the freezer.
I can do that. I can make that happen. Seriously.
Yes,
Well,
we have
let's
a few
see.
people. We have a few people responding on the side. Nancy says, "Hey everyone." Um, oh, we have someone that was at your event last night. It says the food was dope last night. The beans were banging. They were
Mhm.
beaning. He
Food
said the
was
beans were
Beans
definitely
were
beaning.
dope.
beaming.
Food was definitely amazing last night. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Dewan Lee
it
Owens.
was.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It
Somebody,
was.
that's funny. I'm in my meeting, and it was the lady that's hosting this meeting. She was at my event last night, and in the middle of the meeting, this is like a serious meeting because we're trying to talk budget and stuff like that. And in the middle of talking budget, she whispers, and like nobody can't see her. You know how the people and women be sometimes. She's like, "Hey, she put enough beans." And
Now
I
what
said,
kind of beans?
Yeah. So I gave her one hint, and I'll say it on this live because it takes a lot more to make this flavor blend with what I did, but it's banana.
And was
What
that
kind
the
of beans did you
green
make?
beans or baked
Did you
beans?
make?
Baked beans. They're the
Baked
Oh,
baked
baked
beans.
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 You put
Hmm.
banana in them?
Yeah.
Never
I
I
heard
miss
ain't
of
I
it.
never
miss
heard of
I, I
that.
I miss banana. So I make my baked beans like this. After I get them out the can, I drain them. I wash them. I take all that can flavor off, and I take it down to its raw state, and then I make my broth, which is actually the red sauce that for the beans. I make my broth, and then I blend other flavors into my blender, and I puree it, and then I add it all in together, and then I cook that sauce, and then I add that sauce to the beans, and then I bake it.
Yeah,
Mm.
you a chef for
Okay.
real. I ain't never did
Yeah.
all that. I bust that
Mm.
can open, put a
Mm.
little ketchup, a little mustard, put a little meat in there. Whoop, 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 boom. Ah, baked beans.
What got
The
you interested
stuff.
in
Little
cooking?
roaster.
Have you always been interested in cooking from a little boy up?
Yeah, yeah. Watching my grandmother and my family. My mom and my mom, well, really on both sides of my family, my dad and my mother, they were just big on holidays. We have a huge family on both sides, and only on one side, which is my mom, gifts wasn't always an option, but family and food was. So it was like if we can't afford to give all these kids a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, we're gonna make sure this food is good.
Right.
And you may just get one gift. And I was always around for that, and that's where it kind of came from. And I was always curious about this square box. Like, how do you put this stuff inside the square box and it come out like that?
So
Yeah.
my
So,
question might tie into that. So some people know, some people don't know that you used to be a boxer. So what made you
oh
switch from boxing to doing the culinary?
yeah, yeah. Let me go back in this building. If y'all get feedback, let me know. I'll come back out. But I'm burning up like a
It
mummy in
sounds
the desert.
great right
Give
here
me a
because you
second.
get feedback in the
How you
car.
doing,
Yeah,
man? You all right? You my
I'm not
guy.
mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you in a minute. I'm in this on this podcast. So I'm gonna get right back with you. I won't buy it, but I'll give you something in a minute. Okay. Okay. All right. How's the feedback? Is the feedback okay?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
Yes,
you're
sounds
good right
great.
yes.
now. You're good for
That's good right
now.
now.
Okay. Awesome.
Don't go too
So
far.
so boxing. Yeah. So my mom, when I was young, I have a brother too. I used to get picked on in elementary, and my brother he was born tough. I don't know what side of the family he got that from, but my oldest brother he was just a monster, and still is to this day. And everybody was always scared of him. And I was the nice kid, and I was always wanting people to accept me. So I was like trying to force friendships. My oldest daughter's going through it right now. I'm trying to get that demon out of her,
Hold on real
and
quick. You can hear the feedback.
and I
I don't
wanted
know how
everybody
you
to be my
going.
friend. And it was this kid that I could not convince. He was really popular, and I wanted him to be my friend. So he started fighting me every day. Him and his brother, and my brother beat him up. And then I asked my brother to show me how to fight, and then he was beating me up. So my mom said, I'm not raising my kids to be punks, and I want my kids to be able to defend themselves when they need to. So she put us in karate first, and then after karate, I wanted to try boxing, and she put me in boxing, and it became a natural thing for me. And I didn't realize that I could develop a skill so fast, and it just kind of grew from there. And I had an opportunity to box a little bit everywhere. I was in Cincinnati. We boxed a lot: Cincinnati, Columbus, Springfield. I boxed in Detroit, Toledo. Where else did we go? We went to a lot of different places, not too far though, and it just kind of went from there. And I was undefeated. I never lost. I didn't lose at all in my weight class.
Hey.
So I was a monster. Now I'm just a guy.
Now I want to say right there, you have your feedback is crazy right there. I don't know what you did, but it's like the feedback is really, really strong right there.
Again, it
Yeah.
must be this building. Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
It's like
Kahana,
that going.
are we still hosting right now? Are we done? Are we still hosting? We done? Okay, because I got to do this podcast and I love you guys. And I don't want to keep giving them bad feedback. Yeah, I think it's the building. Yeah, I think it's the Wi Fi. Oh, hold on. Let me try this Wi Fi.
Please.
Hold
So while he's trying that Wi-Fi, you ever
on, I'm
have
waiting for it to try
an
to
issue
find.
that didn't distract you?
Um,
That who?
what is it? Okay.
That's how you know we live.
Right.
We're live.
Live and in action.
Live in action.
Right.
Yeah, you got to try the banana beans, man. Put some bananas in your beans. B-man, Mando. What's going on? What's going on? Um, yeah. That's what we promised. We got the chef. We about to get it all the way right.
Just not okay. Is that better?
Hold on, say something.
Is that better?
Yeah, kinda.
You said kind of. It's still doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's
But
still
it's
doing
not
it,
as
Tony.
bad as how it
It
was.
ain't bad. Yeah, about to say it ain't bad as it was.
Yeah, it's still doing it. Give me a second, ladies. No, it's working. It's just the building. It's giving me really bad feedback. All right, I love you guys. Thank you.
Well, we don't want you to be hot outside.
Yeah, we don't
Right.
want you to be hot outside.
Hold on, ladies. Give me 1 second. Okay, how's that?
You going in your car, you're gonna turn on some air.
Dewan said that tell him that the banana beans tasted like cake, but in a good way. I didn't even get no beans.
Yeah,
Okay.
them baked beans were delicious, and the
Dewan
green
said
beans.
them
The
beans.
green beans were so flavorful too.
Yeah, he said them baked beans taste like cake, but in a good way.
Oh, he about to shoot home real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
he's
that
shooting. He looked like a man on a mission.
Now, Taddy, why your braids blowing in the wind? Seemed like as
Right,
soon as his car started going, your braids started blowing. Like,
That's our energies. That's our brother sister.
right. Like I'm.
okay? Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my hair was blowing. You made
Okay.
my braids blow.
All right. So, what was your question?
Now, your dad is a pastor, so how was that growing up? Was it really strict? How was that?
I mean, he might tell a story to his church and tell everybody that he whooped us a lot, but my dad didn't whoop us, man. Like,
For real?
that dude, he wasn't a child beater.
Does
Oh
he pastor a
man,
church here in Dayton?
huh?
He pastor a church here in Dayton?
Yeah, yeah. He pastored a church. It's called Valley Peace. It's right off the Gettysburg in Hillcrest. Um, he's been a pastor. We just celebrated, I think, his 27th anniversary. I might be wrong on that number, but I think it's his 27th year anniversary. But
Oh, okay.
he's been when he one thing I can say about my dad, and I always say this when I give my speech about him every anniversary, I always remind the church that, hey, you guys took my dad from me, but you didn't take my dad, you took a pastor, you know. And the reason why I say that is because, when my dad was asked to take over this church, before he gave them an answer, he called me, my brother, and my sister up and said, hey, I want to go out to eat. And we went out to eat. And he started explaining to us that he was going to pastor a church. His decision was already made because he said God called him to do it. But what he wanted us to understand is that, I'm going to always be your father, but I'm about to be a pastor. But me being your father won't change. So what I'm saying is like, so what he was saying, I didn't understand that at a young age what he meant. But basically, he was saying that, I'm not going to stop being your father. I'm gonna still be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So he was really good at separating the two, from being a pastor and and also being our father. So we didn't miss a beat.
I think
We
it's
didn't miss
the
a
church
beat.
members that don't know the difference.
Yes, I would
It's
say
them
Right.
that.
church
Yeah, I think
members
it's the
that don't
members.
know the difference, honey.
Hmm.
Other PKs, and they don't even have a relationship that well with their fathers anymore because of the dedication to their church. And most of these pastors, they'll put the church before their family, and
Hmm.
miss the whole mission behind family because they're devoted to the church.
Right.
Yeah.
Told y'all he
Okay.
was shooting home.
Yeah, he did that really fast.
Okay, I'm going into my man cave.
Question 6, guys.
Okay, so we should be able to hear each other really well now.
Yeah, we in there
Yeah.
Yep.
now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so let's make it smooth.
Period.
Here we
So it was
go.
a club called Licensed Sirens back in the day. That's where we connected back
Woo!
in the Disney. That's why he
Woo!
calls me Buffy.
What was
So
you
what
doing at?
happened
You
was
was
that,
Buffy?
huh?
What was you on a handstand twerking and stuff?
No, I was part of AR-15 Murder Mommies. I was the head of the crew.
Head of
Okay.
Shout out to
headstands.
DJ
Head of
Chaos.
headstands.
So,
Head
so
of
my
handstands.
so my name was Young Buffy. They call me Young Buffy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Young
everybody
Buck.
knows you was Buffy. I'm like, who the hell is Buffy?
yeah. That's when she became my sister, man. Like, but man, Buffy is real. Like, um, I got so many stories from back in the day at Licensed Sirens, man. Like this one little quick one. This one little quick one, but um, I was a slut around that time in my life, and I was just doing whatever I wanted to do. I didn't care. I just did not care. And Buffy knew about all my girlfriends that I had. And one day she come up to me and said, "You got 5 of them in here." And I was like, "Yeah." And she said, "All right." She was like, don't let them get to acting a fool because when they put their hand on you, I'm gonna have to body them." And then that's when I took her in as my sister. Like she know I'm doing wrong, but she still got my back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we brothers and sisters now, man." So
I
5
that
of
love the
them.
that
love.
that's how it started. That's how it started.
That's what's up. So that used to be your club, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was the first Alpha and Omega in Union. I got the opportunity because my dad knew the owners, and they were looking for a cook actually to come into their place and just cook food. And at that time I was executive chef, I think at Bar Louie's. Um, and I didn't need another job. Plus I was boxing still. I was making money. I had other hustles that I was doing. I was breaded. I was good. And I turned it down like 3 times from my pops. I'm like, man, I don't want to be somebody's cook. And then one day he called me up. He was up there and he said, "Man, the lady is like in tears. Like she needs a cook. Her place, she's about to close her doors. There's not enough money coming in. Can you just come up here?" So I said, "All right, pops." I did. I went up there, fell in love with the place, fell in love with the owner, met her. I told her I give her 2 days out the week, so I was only doing Friday and Saturday with my busy schedule. And then she wanted me to pick up more days because she started to see more people coming into the bar for the food. And later on, things just started getting real good for her. So she offered me a percentage of ownership of the kitchen because she wanted me to be there as much as possible. And then she wanted me to redo her menus and her recipes. And she was like, "I can't pay you for that. So how about I give you a percentage of the bar?" I'm like, "Hey, we talking money now."
Right.
So when she started giving me the percentage of the bar, I called DJ Chaos and said, "Hey man, I got a club that I'm working with. I want you to, bring AR-15 up there." So there go the birth of Buffy. So he comes in with his crew. Buffy was on the squad, and I met Buffy, and so I started talking to Buffy about helping me get people up there, because she was really the life of AR-15, and so she started doing that on her own, and then after that, I started doing parties up there. And then the owner offered me a whole percentage of all the business, and I got to keep the door, and the owner still paid for all my advertising and all my help. I was pretty much just making free money, and so so at that time, I ended up I had Chaos Community Server come up there and perform. I brought all the greats in from the city and start having them perform up there. People from BMF. Ohio. Buffy, was you there when Ohio Hip Hop Awards came down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they came down, and they brought a whole squad, put on a big show. And then I was hosting car shows up there, bike shows up there. I think I was using one half the parking lot, did a whole festival outside. This is before food trucks was even a big thing in Dayton. We outside with tables and chairs and vendors, and we just having a good time. It was a day party I did. So on the inside was the day party, and the outside was the shopping. and it was dope. So when the lady ended up wanting to close her doors, her name was Denise Arnold, was her name, and I always appreciate her for the opportunity. When she closed her doors, she did it all of a suddenly without warning. And we was up there maybe close to 5 years, 4 years. And I came up there one day to open the bar up and put my key in the door and it didn't work. And I called her. I said, "Hey, Denise, what's going on?" And she said, "I'm done, Jay. I appreciate everything you did. I got my investment back. I made my retirement back off of you. You really blessed me and my family. And I'm back in the position where I want to be, but I'm scared to go back through that again." And she said, because Dayton is just iffy. And she was like, "I don't know if I want to continue to try to invest in something that could sink." So she said, if I'll let you open up for today. I'll come open the doors, and then I'll see you at the end of the night. She came up there. Me and her husband, we took our last picture. I didn't even know this was really going to be the last pictures, because that night was deep. You was there that night, Buffy. That's when Chaos and them did come up there and perform Diamond Cut. I had Diamond Cut and DBM at the same time with no drama,
Oh, that's
and at that time they were beefing heavy. They were beefing real heavy. Them two, and the night went great. At the end of the night, she wrote me a check for $10,000 and told me that this would be our last night. And she said, "I would like you to take this money and invest in your dreams, because you're talented and you're smart and you're gonna go a long ways." And with that, I started my catering company.
that is dope. That's a dope story,
Hmm.
man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I wish I could have been there for that. And that's how
yeah. I
you
try not
start.
to get emotional. You get me talking about Denise Arm.
Right. Now, are you still with your original team today, or are you just on your own now, or how does that work?
um, some, just some, because a lot of my team they learned a lot working with me, and they started doing their own thing. And then some of them just went a different direction. But the some that I speak of is like DJ Exclusive. He been with me since day one. Buffy's been with me since pretty much almost day one, since her and I met. DJ Chaos has been with me since day one. That's why I was able to call him. DJ Shorty has been with me since day one. Um, DJ Cristal, he's been with me since day one. Ron Hunter has been with me since day one. He also kind of helped show me the way of promoting, being a promoter. Um, and and with his advice, I managed to kind of come up with with myself and what I want to bring to the table. And he also helped a lot of the older entrepreneurs like Tommy Owens and Darren Bird, and some of the seasoned promoters like Pat Hill and Dave Martin. He all kind of helped them know who I was. Like, hey, this guy's young, he's hungry, he got a following, people love him. Get out his way. If he's doing a promotion, let's support him. Type thing. And he kind of helped me, gravitate into me being a promoter and being respected by the ones that was doing it first.
Now, do you have like a mentorship that you would do for like fellow people trying to get into the promotion type thing, or like event thorn or anything like that?
It's something I want to do. I talked about it. And the reason why I haven't pursued it is because I'm nervous of time being wasted. Because I'm really busy. And if I want to give that type of, you know, um, if I want to pour that back into my community, I would like to be respected with my time. And that's really what it comes down to. So that's the only reason why I haven't done it yet. But I do it on different levels. Like if people call me, if I have the time, I'll talk to them, or I set the time so we can talk or meet. And I have done that. I've gave a lot of people advice that's doing pretty good now today with their promotions, and um, some that's about to get into promotions that I talk to now currently. So but me doing it on a consistent, I would love it. But you know this there's so much hater out here, so much hating going on out
Yeah.
here. It's like, I can give you this advice, but then you may go talk to another promoter that may not like what I'm giving you, and then they'll say something different, and then everything I just poured in you was just a waste of time. So that's the only reason why I haven't.
I can dig that. Well, I'll be your first mentee.
Ah,
I
let's
won't
get
waste
it.
your time.
Let's get it. Let's get
I
it.
won't waste your time. I'm down to learn it all. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So where we at here? Why did you create the appetizer? Why did you call it that? The appetizer.
Okay. So this is Patton. What I'm about to say. The appetizer is Patton. I'm the owner of it. Me and my cousin Dan Harris, mostly owned by Platinum Caterers though. But this patent came from me. So think about going to your favorite restaurant or just a restaurant in general. And you can use this in almost any way you want to. But you go into a restaurant, you're looking at the menu, you can't decide what you want to eat. You know you're hungry, you haven't ate all day, and you've been anticipating on eating. So when you can't decide what you want, you settle for a sampler. And the sampler is a little bit of everything. And the sampler is also an appetizer. So I came up with the appetizer as a sample of all forms of art, poetry, comedy, uh, singing, live band, food, you and the vibe. So that's why I came up with it. And also, I want to give people other options because dating is a bubble, and a lot of us we only know what is put in front of us. We don't know that there's other opportunities and other venues you could patronize and things like that. So I want to give people other options on other venues. So that's the reason why we invested in so many different venues, and we probably have touched every major venue in and outside of the Montgomery County area. So I wanted to give people an experience. So when I thought about the appetizer, when we decided to start taking it on the road and taking it a little further, I was telling my partners, I said, well, I want people to be in the car and they got to drive 30 minutes to get to our venue and they can have a conversation in the car. Like, I wonder what's going to happen today at the show, or what did Chef Jay
Yeah.
cook, or that's Danielle Carter that they got singing, or that's Premium Blend. I want them to kind of hype themselves up. Like when you getting ready to go see that movie you've been waiting to see. You're talking
Yeah.
about it all the way there. You know what I'm saying? So when you get there, you just ready to hurt to get in your seat. Fuck the popcorn. you know,
Right.
you want to you want to hurry up and get to your seat so you can beat the credits. You know what I'm saying? So you can watch this movie you've been waiting to see. And that's how I kind of looked at the appetizer when it was designed.
Yeah, that's dope. Now, how many years you been doing that?
So this will make our 5th year. We'll be celebrating our 5th year coming up.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
Well, I'm not trying to miss no more. The first one was amazing, and
Oh, thank you. Thank
it
you.
was it was delicious. It was definitely a nice show. It was really a cool atmosphere. It was really nice. So,
Yeah.
when's the
Yeah.
next one?
I will be at the next one.
Yeah.
Are we doing a Virgo bash this year for our birthdays?
Um I had somebody just text me that, man. Somebody from my bank just text me that and asked me that. And I didn't give her a clear answer. And I know she's gonna see this, so I can't give you a clear answer either right now.
What the
Right.
heck?
But I will
What
say
about
this.
Capricorn?
I will say this though. So my birthday cost me close to almost 90, in between $9,200 to $11,000 to do. Because I do it at the fairgrounds, and it takes a lot to do that type of show. And when me and my partner sit back and we look at um the profit that comes in, it just stirs up a lot of confusion. So I said to myself this year, instead of me taking that money and doing a show, I think I'm gonna treat myself and go out the country. So that's the reason why I'm kind of indecisive, because I really want to keep doing it, but we should be able to pack out the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Virgos. I think it's more Virgos than any signs in dating. But
That's why you
so
need to
that's
do a
that.
Capricorn bash. It's a
Capricorn.
lot of work. Yes, Capricorn. Yes,
Capricorn. You a Capricorn?
yes, I'm a Capricorn.
You a Crip?
22nd. Yeah. 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 I feel like if you do a Capricorn bash, it'll really go crazy.
You might be true about it. You might be right about that. I know a lot of Capricorns, and y'all do be turned though. Y'all really do be turned. I used to. So Buffy will tell you, I used to do every zodiac sign at Lights and Sirens. Every month we did every single every single sign, and it was
And the
I was
Gemini's
confusing
and
people because they
Virgos
thought it was
got
my
it.
birthday.
Yeah.
People like, man, you a Scorpio? I'm like, nah, I'm a Virgo. Why you doing Scorpio badge? Cause it's for the people, So, when I do my promotion, I try to think about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Versus what I just want to do for the people. I try to think about everybody, what they like, what they're gonna want to do. How to entertain them. So that's pretty much how I think. And when it don't go right, even though promotions is all a gamble, when it don't go right, I don't get discouraged. I learn, and then I try to go back and make it right.
Oh yeah, I can
Right.
definitely do that.
That's what's up. So, you catered for. I heard that you catered for Johnny Gill, which
Yep.
is pretty dope. How did
hmm
that come about?
Yeah.
How did you do? How did you get to do that?
Okay. So
My.
so this is fresh off a TV show I did. I was participant on the show, and when I got back to Dayton, I was getting hit up left and right, and like, yeah, we saw you on the show, man. My aunt is connected to this person. My dad connected. I was just getting calls, and I got a call one day from a lady, and she was like, hey, um, I'm a part of these promoters in Cincinnati, and they're bringing probably a once in a lifetime show to Cincinnati, and I would like for you to cater it because the caterer that they had dropped the ball. And I was like, okay, well, who is it? And she said Johnny Gill, Drew Hill, 112, and Marsha Ambrosius. And
Oh,
Oh
Shanae, she
yeah, that is
speaks.
fire.
Yeah,
what?
Shanae, she speaks. And watch this one though. It was my first celebrity gig. The
Oh
first.
snap!
The
So they
first.
And
did
The
that's
you
a
first.
hell of a
wrong.
lineup right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Like, was you nervous? Was you anticipating? Like, oh snap!
Then I got hyped like I was about to go play a championship basketball game.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I wasn't even thinking about if my food was gonna be good or not. I just wanted to help and go do it. So, I was calling her like she owed me money. Like, did you do what they say? You talked to promoters? Did they get my quote? Da, 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 da. And so it turned out that not only did I end up catering for them, also the promoters, they fell in love with what I was doing so much that they was like, hey man, you want to do the writer? So I actually had the writer for all these artists too. So I didn't only had to provide the food, I had to provide all their needs as well.
Right.
And
Wow.
now the rule, and they had one rule, and this came from the artist managers themselves. They do not want nobody in their dressing room when they arrive. So I was not promised to meet nobody. I was just supposed to really just go up there, provide the food, and then cater for backstage, and then leave.
Mm.
So I had a lot to do. I never done this anything like this before. It was just me and one other person that went up there at that time, and I got behind. I got behind, and so I got
I bet.
I so when it was I'm trying to remember exactly how it happened. So when I was rushing, I was in Johnny Gill's room setting up his food, and his bodyguard comes in and said, "Who are you?" Because I didn't have my chef jacket on. I was like, "I'm the chef." He was like, "Well, Johnny's 2 minutes away, man. You got to get out of here." I said, "I'm not done yet." And then I blink, and Johnny Gill come from around his left side and walk straight into the room. And my mouth dropped, but I heard him turn my head so he don't see it.
Right. Johnny
And
Gill.
he didn't say anything. He just kind of stood there, let me finish. He didn't say one word to me right away, and I walked out the room. He go do his show. I'm feeding the backstage, and then his bodyguard come to get me while I'm serving backstage and say, "Hey, chef, come here." He was like, "I got to pat you down. Johnny wants to meet you." And so he patted me down, and he walked me back there, and he stayed in the room. And Johnny said, "Did you make this?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "How long you been doing this?" And I told him, and I didn't tell him I just did the TV show either, by the way. And he said, "Man, I've never tasted anything like this in my life." And at that time, he was a vegan. He was really more vegetarian than a vegan at that time. This is a long time ago. And I made him a vegan spinach dip. That's what I made. I made a vegan spinach dip with artichoke, and I made him a few other things. And he pretty much just he told me, he said, "Hey, you're going to go a long ways if you keep this up. I can taste the passion in your food. I can taste the love in your food. And he said, I didn't become Johnny Gill if I didn't love myself and I didn't love what I do. He said, so you're going to run into a lot of critics. You're going to run into a lot of haters. He said, if you fall, get your ass up and you keep going. He said, because you never know when your break is going to happen. He said, you never know who hand you're going to shake. You never know who you're going to come across that's going to change your life. He said, so always put your best foot forward. He said, if you have to descale your brand because of budget, he said, still make sure you give them something that they're going to remember. And I took that with me. So I had Platinum Caterers, and then I got Platinum Chef J. And what Platinum Chef J is the celebrity chef, which is also available for the people. And then I have Platinum Caterers, where we have different prices. And if you want to be cheap, you can be cheap. But I'm gonna give you one item that you're gonna always remember.
I know that's right. Still make it good, worth the
Mm-hmm.
people's while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you didn't say be if you be cheap, we ain't gonna put no seasoning on it. We're gonna just we gonna just boil it real quick and you get what you pay for. But that's what's up that you still, give people that, what I'm saying, that flavor that they need. But speaking since you said those words that Johnny Gill said to you, do you have any words of motivation for someone who may want to be a chef or just in life in general?
Yeah, always keep your best foot forward and be confident. One of the key is cooking is tasting, and sometimes your palate ain't strong enough. So always keep somebody around you, like what we talked about in the beginning of the show. That's just gonna keep it real with you. And if you can take that person being real with you, then you can take your client or customer being real with you, and then you also be able to tell who's real and who's not real, because some of them just looking for a deal or some money back. But
Yeah,
if you keep your best foot forward and you always stay confident, you can't lose. And that's the best advice I can give anybody. Confidence is definitely the key. And I like to tell people too is it's okay to be scared, because sometimes when you scared, you win fights.
yep. You're gonna go as hard as you can because you're scared.
Hmm.
And that's how you won all your fights, huh? Because you said you didn't lose none.
I didn't lose none. Hey, the guy that used to beat me up when I was young, his name was Druce.
Did you go back and whoop him? Did you go back and
I,
beat him up?
actually, we friends to this day.
That's
He
what's
eating
up.
that
Yeah,
food.
yeah, we friends
He
tonight.
that
And no,
food?
he's never had my food. I won't give it to him.
Why
I
not?
won't give it to him. But we quick little story about him and I. Um, we ran into each other like 7 years ago at Walmart, and he walked right up to me and he was like, "Man, Jay Jones, I see you all over Facebook, man. You doing your thing." And I was really just shocked that he was even speaking to me. And it really just kind of went from there. It's like, okay, we were kids. There's no need to to hold on to that, and we're just cool people.
That's what's up,
That's
man.
good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if people want to order from you or find you, where would they find you? Any links or websites or anything?
PlatinumChefJ.com. You can just Google the chef, and I'll show up. And all my social media should show up too under there too as well. Even JM Jones on Facebook should still show up under that.
Yes. And
Did you
when's the
did you
next
save
event?
me
Is
a
there something
plate?
coming up?
Did you save me a plate last night?
No plate?
I didn't even eat. I just put that up on Facebook. I think I just made a post like, "P.S. I didn't even eat yesterday. I don't never get to eat at my events." Y'all know Ronell the barber?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at my house one day, and he saw me eating, and he started staring at me.
It's like,
and
what
I
are you doing? Like you got
Yeah, and I'm looking at him like, "Dude, stop." He like, "Bro, I ain't never seen you eat."
but
And
after
he's
cooking
like,
all that food, it make you feel full afterwards. So you
Right.
really forget about eating for real.
"Yeah, yeah." Well, not necessarily for me. The thing is that I really, really enjoy feedback. And so like I try to put as much as I can into my food, depending on what I'm doing or who I'm cooking for, and or depending on the impression I'm trying to make. That my focus is I get full off of your satisfaction.
That's
Do you
good.
do desserts?
I do it all. What's wrong with
He
you?
said he make the sweet potato pies and the sweet potato
Honey, I'm still, I'm still trying to get that German sweet chocolate cake.
Was that
My
you?
mother used to make a German sweet chocolate cake for
That was
me
her
for
sister, wasn't
every
it?
birthday. And
Okay.
I have not had a German sweet chocolate cake since my mother died.
Did they make it with coconut?
Yes,
Yeah.
the real coconuts, the real pecans. She made it from scratch, everything from scratch.
Okay. I'll make you that. And that's my word. Yeah.
Praise God. Honey, my birthday is December 2nd.
Well,
Oh,
how many
plenty of time.
words you
That's when
got?
you're
She
gonna get
like,
it.
don't leave that out.
Put
Remember
that
Wait,
order in
that.
now.
wait, how many words you got? Because I like them fried green tomatoes in that small word.
Look, don't be trying to.
So I would do something for everybody that's on the show individually. So if whatever y'all want, y'all can tell me and I'll do that. Yeah.
Now that's love.
Yeah.
Now we gonna hold you to it.
Hold me
Hey,
to it.
Chef, we
Hold me
definitely
to
gonna
it.
hold you
You
to it,
know,
Chef. I know where you live at now, bro.
It's
right?
okay. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. I take care of y'all. That's my word. Seriously.
Yeah, you definitely do though.
Oh,
You definitely do take
wow.
care of your people. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The way you and your wife host your parties and your events, we love it. You can definitely feel the love, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for having us. Thank you for inviting us. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate you guys coming. I enjoyed everybody yesterday. It was live.
Yeah, definitely. But we
And I
gonna let
couldn't
you
make
go
it.
because we done had you for almost an hour.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.
God dang.
I enjoyed everybody. I will be doing because a lot of people hit me up. Some people that couldn't make it because I mean that promotion was out to probably over 1,000 people. I always over promote, private, privately, like do text messages and then word of mouth and things like that. So I am going to do a fun summer jam event at my house. I'm going to do that, and I'm figuring things out now to find out what's going to be the best day to do that, and then I'm going to start promoting that. And but I want it to be completely different from my annual from the 4th of July. So
Well,
Okay.
I wasn't at the 4th of July, so I have to be at this one.
yeah, you got to. It's gonna be this is gonna be nice. I've already came up with some good ideas. Um, I've been talking to this girl that she's a fire thrower, so I've been talking to her. Then I got some people in Cincinnati I've been talking to, and all this is just from today, So and they're like, oh yeah, chef, we want to work with you. I meet a lot of people. I'll say this, and then you guys can hang up on me if you like. I meet a lot of people from the wedding side, do because the type of weddings I get, there's really no budget. So that's why I don't even really promote weddings no more because the calls I get for weddings, I'm pretty much writing my own check, and
Oh, that's good.
and the word of mouth it comes from the weddings. Most of the people that attend weddings, somebody in the audience is about to get married. So but some of these grooms and brides, the entertainment that they book be phenomenal, and I go get that entertainment. I get that
Yeah.
entertainment and I do network with those people. And that's also how we start the appetizer. Because when I told my cousin, hey, I want to do this show, he was like, well, we're gonna find these singers. I said, dude, I got an arsenal on my phone. And when I called these people, it was like easy. It was so easy to do the show. They wanted to be a part of it. So I just got a lot of connects, and a lot of relationships. And I like to exposing that to my friends and my clientele and my peers so we all can kind of be one big circle.
Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that, man. We need more people like you because some people just hold it in.
Oh
That's
yeah,
okay.
And let me tell the people, don't be trying to take my job because I be working and they be thinking they gonna bartend taking my job. First of all,
Okay, MC Light. She just came in like it's not people.
The bartending and the
that was really to me because somebody had to work.
Yeah.
right,
So,
right.
we
She,
we do a
wait,
lot,
is that
man. We do a lot. We do a
No,
lot. We
you
really
didn't.
do.
You
We
didn't want
stay
me to work.
busy.
You didn't want
Yeah,
me to
we
work
stay
anyway.
busy.
You didn't want me to work anyway. I was just gonna.
Who? No, no, I didn't. Actually, was gonna have this one off regardless because
Right.
I wanted you to kick it. Buffy's never said no. Never, never, never in life. I think one time she had to, and then I was like, man, I don't have nobody else. And then she called me back. I rearranged my schedule. I'm there. I'm like, okay, let's get it did.
right?
So
That part.
we always stayed on the grind, man. And that's the type of people I like to surround myself around. You know what I'm saying? A good, strong support system because you just can't fail. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't fail. Like you just can't. And I don't like being stood up. I don't like people telling me they're gonna do something and they don't, or I don't
Right.
like people saying I'm down the street, but you really still at your house. And
Yeah.
I'm just, and I'm like my dog that Tiffany put in a coma. Like I can smell it a mile away of BS. I really can. So like a lot of people think that they getting over on me, but I already know the end results.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. But we definitely, we locked in now. You know what I'm saying? We like cousins now. You are cousin chef.
cousin.
Cousin, right. So we definitely gonna be linking with you soon. Find out more
Definitely.
information about that mentorship because we definitely need you for that because people definitely need it who are, really trying to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
will
gotta-
say one thing before we go. So I'm going to be releasing these two dates, these two items that I am offering. So my seasonings, I am dropping my seasonings. I am coming out with my seasonings. I've already got the label and all that stuff made. I made a post about it, and it's supposed to be dropping as well with my cookbook. So my cookbook is pretty much almost finished. It's being looked over by some real high end people in New York who's going to help publish it nationally. And I just want to say this on the show is I'm not saying I can't get it done with our people here in Dayton, but I have my sources. So that's the reason why I am going outside the city. And the people that's working with me, this is what they do. It's not something that they started doing. So they actually publish books. They get you nationally recognized. They get you on talk shows, real big talk shows, morning shows, and things like that. It's a big forecast that they do to get your information out there. Um, and then the next thing that I'm working on is I want to start teaching single mothers how to take care of their family in the kitchen. And you don't necessarily have to be a single mother. You can be married and you just want to, learn other things other than what you know how to do in the kitchen. So, I want to turn a lot of these women to real chefs at home. So that's what I'm doing. So also showing them how to take little small so small budgets and be able to feed a nice size family.
Yes,
I
great
need
idea.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
now if
okay.
he turn you into a chef, Larry, now he know magic.
Right.
Right.
Abracadabra.
If he can turn me into a cook,
You got your dishes, V. We not gonna say that you got your dishes, but go ahead turn her to a chef so she can make all the food for the gathering. Yeah.
Okay.
everybody in the family can cook except me.
You
Oh,
got
that means it's in your blood. It's in your blood. Have you ever drank your own blood?
I tasted it.
Okay, taste it some more then. Like really cut yourself.
Okay, go cut yourself.
okay. But this has been Hood Talk Podcast. Thank you so much. Congratulations on everything you have coming up.
Is it gonna do it
We
today?
just kicked it with Chef Jay.
Thank you,
We
ladies.
out of here.
Thank you.